All right, just wanted to do a quick little lesson here on taking attendance in the weight room. And this doesn't just go for the weight room. Anything you do with your football team, you need to take attendance. Okay, and there's a few reasons for that. The first one is if something comes up where a parent says, he says he was at practice, blah, 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 whatever, and he went elsewhere, he or she, I guess, then you can go to your attendance and say, well, yes or no, he was or was not here during that time on this day and such and such. So if a kid gets in trouble or something, this is kind of cover your own butt, or, you just have proof that he was there or not there. The second thing is if the kid's, griping about his playing time, this is just another tool you can use to say, hey, look how many weight room sessions you missed over the summer or during the winter or whatever when you were not playing another sport, and everybody else was in here lifting weights, and you can show him what the person playing ahead of him's attendance was compared to his, and you can use it for those reasons. Another reason is you want to be able to track progress, and if a kid's missing days and he's going, well, I'm doing everything you asked me to do, and I'm lifting the weights that are on the charts, and I'm using the right percentages, and my max just isn't getting any better, but he's missing one day every single week in the weight room. Well, you can take this to him and say, this is the problem. You come that third day and follow the program like everybody else is doing to a T, then you'll see the gains that you want to see. So there's lots of things you can use attendance for. The main one, though, is just reasons that are things that you don't see coming. You don't want to get blindsided with a kid was supposed to be somewhere and he wasn't, or was and he wasn't, and a parent or an administrator comes to you and says, was blah 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 here 2 weeks ago on Friday. Well, you're not going to remember that, so it's easier just to spend the 30 seconds it takes every day to take attendance in the weight room. So we made this. This is actually the chart that we use. So what we do is we have the kid's last name and first name, and then these are supposed to be the dates. So January 1st might not be on a Monday. You're going to have to put in whatever the correct days are depending on the year. So every year these are going to change. Okay, so let's just say this is correct. So January 1st of whatever year it is for you currently is on a Monday. So you're going to just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we black out. We just black out the days that we don't have football. So we lift on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay? So we would just take all of these days and we would black them out, like just fill them with a color. Okay? All the way down for every kid. You can do that however you want. We just it makes it easier to read, to go to a date. It makes it easier to see on the eyes and stuff, and when you print these things. The one thing I asked before you use these, so if you notice there's a tab for each month and each class. So this is all freshmen up through December, and then we have a file for each one. We have a different file with sheets for each month for each grade level. So freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. If you're coaching a middle school team, you only need one of these, two of these, one for 7th, one for 8th, however you want to do it. But we give you those templates, so all you need to do is just click on the one you want. They're below in the lesson description and in the download section. I put the doc and PDF version, the Word Microsoft file doc and the PDF version in the download section. So if you want to print those or edit just in Microsoft Word instead of Google, my advice would be use Google because it's live. So when you fill these in, it'll stay there, and it's easy to duplicate tabs and things like that. So if you want to make another year, you can just duplicate the whole file, or another month, you can duplicate just a month. But I do ask that you go to File and then make a copy before you edit these so that it doesn't screw it up for everybody else. So make sure you make a copy, rename it to whatever you want for each of the Google files that we give you. Okay, so that's it. Attendance is important, obviously. Make sure you take it, track everything. If it's trackable, track it, because it's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. So let's go on to the next lesson here.